In a region where poetry is vital for expressing people's hopes, dreams, and frustrations, now it's used to taunt the regimes who refuse to see the writing on the wall, which is also poetry.
سأمارس السحر الأسود وأقود ثورة بلادي.
سئمنا من تشتتنا وكل الناس تتكتل.
Poetry is also mass entertainment. Poets of Protest delves into the soul of the Middle East through its contemporary poets as they struggle to lead, to interpret, and to inspire. It's lethal for Manal Al Sheikh to be a writer in Iraq now, so this poet and activist tries to inspire her huge online following from her Scandinavian exile.
I was living with my mother in Iraq, and she told me one thing: go and don't turn back again. Go and see your future, and your kids' future is more important for me.
It was very strange for me to feel that I don't have any idea about this country and about this part of the world.
For me, everything, in writing, of course, everything is political. Love, sadness, government, state. And when you are a person from a country like Iraq, you have some anger inside you. And this anger, if you are a poet or a writer, you can transfer it as an explosion in your text. Now, female, you cannot find any writer in my town, I'm sure. The violence, the Islamic movement, the groups, all the groups, they all the time attacking the women for their freedom. I face some criticism from my friends, female friends. They asked me to stop writing or to stop getting in media because their parents, they will not allow them to be with me as a friend. The problem after 2003, it's not just with the one person. Before that, it just was with the Saddam regime. We know the enemy. We cannot deal with this enemy because we know what will happen. But after that, there are so many groups, so many parties. They don't like what you are writing, so maybe they will shoot you anytime, and they did. It was almost more than 700 journalists missing, killed from that time, from 2003 till 2008. For me, of course, as a woman, it was very, very hard to work in Nineveh as a journalist. You don't know, maybe they will kidnap you and you would die for nothing. This is the matter. This is what's happening in Iraq. You are dying for nothing. So I was protesting in my text because I don't have my voice. I cannot scream to claim of my rights or to stop this madness, what's happening in Iraq. So at least I have my text to work with it.
جان دارك. سأمارس السحر الأسود وأقود ثورة بلادي. لن أدع النار تأكلني مثلها، فأنا رسمت محرقة للنار هذه المرة. إنها صمتي.
I can call it a main change in my life, to being a single mother in that society. Suddenly I found myself as a widow, a very young widow. I was almost 32 years old. Living alone for female in my country is not common. Mama.
I never actually knew there was a land there named Norway, and I wasn't expecting coming here, but then like when my mom told me that, I was kind of surprised. And when I first came down the plane, it was different air smell, like it smelled totally different from what it smells there. It smelled more like trees and cows and animals. And well, I think my mom is kind of a busy woman, but she tries so hard that she puts time for us here and for her work, and I think that's very good. I understand that's her life and her work, so I don't go around and saying you don't have to do that, you don't have to do this.
The culture house.
I have to stay here to work with them and to write. I like to work here at my office because of the atmosphere, and sometimes I need some books. I can find it in the Arabic section. Yes.
In most cities, the guest writers are invited to stay for 2 years, so that's their guest writing period. While in Norway, we have a different system than the other countries. So here they come as UN refugees, so they get to stay forever if it is needed. So that is why Manal is still here, because she cannot go back home yet.
And why can't she go back home yet?
It's not safe, unfortunately.
And here you can find the Arabic language. So last time when I've been here, I saw my books standing there. So this first time I see my books in international library, although I don't have any books in my country's libraries. So it was a very great moment for me. Of course, I'm not very famous, but I hadn't dreamed to be my words and my work on this shelf here in Norway in the end of the world. So I'm happy.
It's not only important for the Norwegian population or Stavanger to hear her speak. It is also important for us to be able to help Manal get her voice heard in the rest of the world and also in her home country of Iraq, so that she can be part of changes.
So in Iraq it's very bad. I cannot believe that they just explored the 2 houses with their family for 2 policemen. There are so many car bombing in Kirkuk, I think. It's very a tension period right now. For what? And there's no investigation about these cases in Iraq. They reported nothing. For 9 years we are living everything missing. All the cases you cannot find the committer, who is the criminal. You cannot find it. This term, Arab Spring, which I think it's the American term, as I noticed that. But for me, it's if you are calling this Arab Spring, you are waiting for blooms. but there is no blooms right now. It's just bloodshed. Yes, here it's very silent, and sometimes I need a special atmosphere for writing. I'm working in a new book. It's a text in a new poetry collection, the whole collection about the life of the nuns in the world and the monks. And maybe because I'm living alone right now for more than 7 years, so I found myself as in their situation, but in another way. So I tried their feelings, some moments, and I'm sure they have in their inside some anger, but they cannot announce about that because of their religion. But I'm not religious, so I can scream, I can shout, I can say everything, maybe about them and about me by these poems. On Wednesday night, we have a reading. This poem is new. I just have a first translation, English translation for it, but I'm not so satisfied about that. So I have to work with the Norwegian translator again to find the better translation for it in English and in Norwegian.
But that's either Jeanne d'Arc or... Tilbedelse. But you have a new poem, I think, that you would...
I'm working on it right now, and I'm not sure if I will finish it or not, but we will try to read and explain a little bit about it. It's talking about me and how I feel like them.
I see.
Yeah.
I feel like I am a nun. Is that what it says?
Yeah. No, I wasn't. I wasn't like them. Yeah, shaved hair and shaved memories, and I don't know how you translate this. If it's okay if I say clipped nails, clipped history?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't like them also. Shaved hair, shaved memories, clipped nails, clipped history. But they allowed me to get married and get 2 kids and became
Take a moment. Yeah. That's what I mean about being able to not be emotionally attached to these texts. You know, I could get moved when I read them, but to write like that, it's quite... I'm quite impressed that people can be poets at all. I mean, especially when you have a history like hers, or like anyone, you know, that had to flee or who's lost someone, or, you know, because poetry is basically just a raw emotion, to me anyway.
فرات آس من قال إن النهر يجري ومن قال إن البحيرة مستقرة هو نظرنا الذي يقبل برحيل الأشياء وبقائها.
My city, Nineveh, it's a great city. I born in a city full of rich of culture, multicultural, several religion there. Most of them Muslims, and other hand Christian people, because originally Nineveh was a Christian kingdom. And we hadn't this problem which we are noticing now, what's happening in Iraq and what's happening to Christian people. I witnessed so many accidents happen to my friends or my colleagues in the college for Christian, and I heard some of them killed. In Nineveh city, everywhere when you find the church, you can find the mosque at the same street. And you can hear the bells, the sound of the bells, and the sound of adhan, the minarets, at the same time. So we used to hear the both voices. But right now I'm not sure if the people, they hear the same voice or not.
اسمي. سمعتهم ينادون باسمي. قبل أن أجيبهم تريثت قليلا وتساءلت: للعالم باب واحد ووجهة واحدة. إن أجبت هل سأعود؟
She's a beautiful poet in the sense that she's unique, in the sense that she expresses not the routine Arab philosophy or thinking, her own opinions and views and perspectives, individual and collective. But some people don't understand that the psychological, emotional landscapes of our countries are so intricate. And she is the intricacy of the whole landscape.
Mama, Farooq.
My dream for my country, Iraq, is just being Iraq, because I miss Iraq, really. I miss the name. I cannot see the face of Iraq right now. When I see the map online, I cannot recognize my Iraq. I just see the bloodshed and the bad smell. I just want them, Iraq. I just want back again. I really hate to say this, but this is the truth. There is no Iraq now. There is something turned on pieces. When I remember and thinking about the children in Iraq, the women in Iraq, it's a disaster what's happening there. They don't deserve that at all. We are most rich country in that region. We have a lot of money, we have a great land, we have a great resources. Why we cannot live together? What is the problem? It is about religion, it's about ethnic. We used to live thousands years together without any problems. So what is the problem right now? It doesn't deserve one missing smile from any kid in Iraq.
For Farsa? these poems, it belongs to this place, and my feeling when I arrive, I feel very lonely and very isolated and without any support, just me and the kids, and with the ambiguous future. I don't know what will happen then. One of the poems in this book I have written in my flat, temporary flat. This flat is, you can consider it a big house with several floors, and you can hear each movement from other neighbors beneath you or above you. So what I say in this short poem about these sounds beneath me, and I hear it, and it's sometimes annoying me, and sometimes feeling I'm angry because I'm hearing another person's secret without knowing. سقف مثل عصفور بليد أنصت إلى ضحكاتهما لا أكره شيئا ككرهي السقف الذي تحت. Till now, my text is the relationship between me and the text, nothing more. But when I finish it, this text is not mine anymore. The text itself says to you just to stop here. On Wednesday night, this short poem, I think, presents myself totally.
Sammen. Jeg vil bare ønske dere en liten diktlesning her I kveld. Men jeg håper dere har spørsmål å stille til Manal litt. Hun kommer til å lese, hun fra Irak, leser sine dikt på arabisk, og så har vi Marie med som leser på norsk. Vær så god.
It's a very new poem. I'm working on it during the film. The title is Anan. It's about Anan, about myself also. We are working on it, and this is the first translation of it. Anan. راهبة. أنا أيضا كنت راهبة. حديقة الشعر. حديقة الذكريات. مقلمة الأظافر. مقلمة التاريخ. مع ذلك أجازوا لي الزواج وإنجاب طفلين وترملا سريعا حتى قبل أن يكتشف الأب الجديد وقائع نحر الفضيلة.
Jeg var også en nonna med klippt hår, kortklippte minner, med kutta negler, kutta historie.
What do you tell your children? You have two beautiful kids. What do you tell them about one day returning to Iraq?
It is painful for me, of course, because you know Iraq is the greatest civilization, the first civilization in the world. It is painful. They warned in some situation they witnessed the bad history of Iraq, not the good history. I had a wonderful childhood, but they didn't. Maybe, you know, because of the bad situation there, because of the wars, several wars till now. But all the time I try to tell them about Iraq and the background of their country. But maybe, who knows, maybe we'll be back one day.